Welcome to another episode of Behind the Needle. I am incredibly excited for today's episode. I'm always excited. I always have great guests, but today has been a year in the making, maybe, because she is so busy. She is so busy training people, injecting, traveling, doing all these things. And I actually don't even know what you like to do outside of injecting. You are fully immersed though in this aesthetics world. And I was telling you, there are people that I see where I'm like, oh, these are like the top of the food chain, if you will. I don't know if you would refer to yourself as that, but I do, because I always see people excited that you came to train them and at their location. This is Morgan Renfro from Anatomy of Aesthetics. And I'm really excited that you're here because, like I said, I've seen you everywhere. You know so much about this space. I feel like I'm in aesthetic royalty right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I do. I see all of this, posting and you're doing everything. And how did you get into this? And how did you ascend to where you are? And I hope it's okay that I'm talking about it like this, but you are like the it girl to me. Like how did you get from where you are to where you are now? And how did you start?
So when I started, I get 15 years ago, I went to nursing school. I wanted to work in the emergency room. And at my very first ER interview, I said that one of my mottos in life was to kill people with kindness.
And saying that as an emergency room nurse is a little bit scary to me, but
correct.
I get what you're saying.
Very short interview. Dawned on me about a week later, I was never going to get that job.
Oh, you said that in the interview?
Oh, I said it for real.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And I meant it. And,
oh my gosh.
I was literally laying in bed a week later and sat up and was like, oh my God. Really?
And it hit you.
Yes. And it hit me. And I was never going to get that job.
Did they ever call you?
No.
Oh my gosh. Not. That is so funny. No. Okay. So you decided not to be an ER nurse after that, or did you try again? What happened?
I did try again, but I started working for a med spa while I was waiting to get into a hospital.
Where was this?
This was in California.
Okay.
Yeah. And then as I was waiting to get into a hospital, I got introduced to injecting and fell in love with it and never looked back.
That actually gives me chills. Weird. Imagine if you had not said that.
I would not be great in the ER.
That is, you told me your resting pulse is like 712?
Minimum, yes.
That is crazy high. But that's so fascinating. They call that the butterfly effect, right? Imagine if you hadn't said, I'm going to kill my patients with kindness as an ER nurse. But that's actually crazy. So you started injecting, and was there somebody there that was kind of mentoring you and showing you the ropes? Because 15 years ago, I feel like there wasn't a lot of med spas, first of all.
Right.
But how were you learning?
So I was learning. There was one injector there who kind of took me under her wing and tried to, mentor me a little bit, but I was only at that first practice for about a year because, unfortunately, there were a lot of things going on that I didn't know were not right.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't given the right educational tools to really grow. There were some, let's just call it what it is, there were some shady things happening that I had no background knowledge to even know that they were shady.
Oh, my gosh.
So as soon as I realized what was going on, I quickly looked for a practice that really focused on continuing education and specifically injectables only, and interviewed with that practice and kind of took off from there.
And you didn't say anything about killing the patients?
No, did not talk about killing them with kindness.
That's really good.
Yes.
That could be why you got the job.
Might be.
Okay, so you started there, kept growing and learning.
Yeah.
And then stayed there for how long?
I was there for about 8 years.
Okay, so that's really where you got a lot of your experience and started to learn everything. Yeah. And so then, is that when you moved from California to Arizona?
I did. I moved from California to Arizona in 2020 during COVID. Everything was kind of unknown. My family's here in Arizona, so I decided to kind of move back, be closer to home at that time, and start my own practice.
Yeah. And moving from another state, are you from here?
I am.
Okay. Did that help you to be able to start getting clients? Like, did you have people that knew you here that you were an injector and you were really good? Like, because it feels kind of terrifying to move to a different state where you have no book How did you do it?
Definitely. I mean, it's not the brightest idea to start a non-essential medical practice during a global pandemic.
In another state.
In another state.
Yeah.
Right. So I was very blessed that I was able to attract the right clientele fairly quickly, and my business is really built off of word of mouth. So it just kind of snowballed.
How were you doing that at first? And what month was this? Just so I have some context.
I mean, March, April 2020.
So you literally, when everything shut down, that's when you moved.
Yep. I needed to inject. In California, I wasn't going to be inject for probably...
Is that why you moved?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So, well, that was a big part of it. That, and then, of course, being closer to family. To family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you get those first clients?
So first clients, I mean, were, again, word of mouth. And that's really when I started working with the companies. I was already a trainer for Galderma at the time.
Galderma, Allergan.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So really by kind of going out and training, I got my feet wet in that department. I was training a lot more here in Arizona, starting in, 2020, 2021 than I was able to do in California because, I was seeing so many patients. I was part of a big practice. So when I moved out here, being able to train for those practices kind of allowed me to build a little bit of rapport here. And then slowly but surely, patients started coming in and telling their friends. And I'm very lucky to have built such a clientele.
Yeah. What's fascinating to me about that, especially, is because I think that 99% of practices can't rely on word of mouth alone. Maybe even 99.9. I think you have to have some type of marketing effort, whether it's paid or organic or something. So that's amazing.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, so you're here doing anatomy of aesthetics now, and you're only focusing on injectables. Yes. Will you always, will you ever get laser certified?
No.
Never.
No.
Do you not believe in laser?
No, I think there's definitely a place for laser. There's definitely a place for microneedling. There's all different types of modalities, but when I focus specifically on injecting, I'm able to see between 2,000 to 2,500 patients a year.
Wow.
As opposed to if I were performing long laser treatments, I'm not getting that much hands-on experience.
Yeah.
And so my big, goal is to eventually have a practice filled with injectors who literally just inject all day, every day.
So that is the goal, to grow the practice, have more injectors. When's that going to happen? Because right now it's only you, right?
Yes.
So what's the plan?
Soon as I grow some cojones, I believe. I'm
Looks
not
like
sure I'm supposed to say that.
We might have to add the explicit mark to this episode after that. I don't know. I'm going to have to check the rules.
That's fair.
So are you really just waiting to get the guts to do it?
Yeah, I am. It was scary starting my own practice.
Yeah.
It's scary thinking about bringing other providers on. All my colleagues joke, I train everyone in town, but I won't just bring somebody in and train them for my own practice.
Yeah.
And I have the office to do it. I have multiple rooms. I just haven't ripped that Band-Aid off.
I'm kind of a bold person. Can I make you a challenge?
Okay, let's hear it.
We're going to say September. You're going to have at least one injector in your office.
Okay.
With you.
September. What month is it?
It's March.
It's
the end of March.
Okay, so...
Do you accept the challenge?
I accept the challenge.
Do you know what's going to happen? The second that you post, hey, I've never done this and I'm a little nervous, but I finally got the cojones to do it. You have to say that, by the way, in your story.
Okay, deal.
I am opening a spot. You're going to literally have thousands of applicants. So
will you screen them for me?
I won't, but I hear you have a really good office manager named Molly. She'll probably do that.
Yes. Thank you, Molly. I do love her for that. So
Molly's about to walk out of this right now. She's here with us. September.
Okay.
Just do it. I'll tell you a quick story. So my mom was just here with us this week, and hopefully this is helpful.
Yeah.
My mom was just here, and I laugh and joke with her because it takes her hours sometimes to tell very simple stories because she includes details that just aren't necessary sometimes. And she knows that I say this. And she went swimming with us this week. Mm-hmm. I'm 40 years old, and I actually don't remember ever swimming with my mom once. But I got her to swim with us twice this week. And we were sending it in the group chat, the family group chat. Everybody was applauding her. And actually blown away that she was doing it. I took her to Target.
Yeah.
We went and got her a swimsuit, and she was like, "Thank you so much, honey. This is just the sweetest woman ever."
Aw.
And she was telling me something. I'm like, "I just don't want to get my hair wet. I look at her. I'm just like, Mom, just get your hair wet. She's
That's
like,
fair.
why am I overthinking this? I'm like, I don't know. Just get your hair wet. And she did. And she had a great time. We were chasing each other. I have a 3-year-old, and we were all in the pool, just giggling and laughing so hard. Just do it.
Okay, get my hair wet.
Get your
Hire
hair
an
wet.
injector.
Get your hair wet.
Okay, challenge accepted.
It's not for you, for sure. It's not from a lack of people who wouldn't want to do it. I'm sure there's logistics and everything. You have to figure out like all the details, of course. But I think that Anatomy of Aesthetics could be the biggest injectables only in the country.
Thank you. That does mean a lot.
I think it depends on how big you want to grow it. I really am serious. And I say that just because I look at what you share, I look at who you're training, and you can just do it.
Thank you.
You just have to do it. Okay, so that's the goal.
September.
And that's the deadline. It could be earlier.
September sounds really great.
Okay.
Let's not push it too hard.
And I said September because I don't want it to go into October because that's the crazy time. But anyways, there's your challenge. I've never challenged anyone on my podcast, so hopefully that was okay.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, there you go. So you're focusing only on injectables, and you believe in laser. Do you believe in aesthetics and like facials and things like that too?
Absolutely.
You believe in those. Okay.
And plastic surgery.
And plastic surgery,
There's
you believe in
a place
that.
for all of it.
But why specifically do you feel like injectables is where you want to live?
Because I feel like with injectables, there's so much that goes into making sure our patients have a natural outcome, making sure they have safe treatments, making sure that whoever their provider is really knows what they're doing in that sense. And when they're spending so much time with these other modalities,
It's too hard.
Yeah, they're not getting as much hands-on experience.
I agree with you.
So, and some people knock me again by saying, okay, well, there's competition there. And I don't see this industry at all as having competition, right? They're like, add an esthetician, add somebody that does laser to your practice. It's easy growth there. But for me, I would rather just provide a safe place for my patients to come and get outcomes that, they can't get elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I have no problem referring them out to any other practice to get facials, to get plastic surgery, lasers, etc.
Yeah, I totally respect it.
Thank you.
I do. And I actually think it's super smart to focus so much on one thing because you really become the expert. You do. Okay, so we'll probably never add anything other than injectors, referring out. And is there, I know what you said, you want patients to feel like they're safe, like they're going to someone who's knowledgeable, but there's a lot of people that have never gotten Botox. They've heard about it. I've never gotten it, and I've known what it is for years. You're looking at my 11s like you should. I saw you. I saw your eyes move there.
They can't move that much. Botox.
This is what she was looking at. We'll zoom in on that one. You're not judging me. I know you're not, at least not out loud. But what we were saying is there's people, I'm afraid. I don't want it to make me look unnatural. If there are very, very few people that I would trust to inject me. There's probably in the Phoenix area, there's probably 3 people, maybe 2 or 3. And you are definitely one of them. But you told me before we started recording something really exciting, and it's called Bonti.
Yes.
And I had never heard of this. What is Bonti?
So Bonti is a new neuromodulator coming out, specifically tailored for patients like yourself who are afraid of looking unnatural, right? So it has a quick onset, starts kicking in within about an hour.
An hour?
Yes.
And the curve that everyone always shows of when your Botox kicks in or whatever neuromodulator you use is usually like the peak is 14 days, right? That's the maximum frozenness. So what you're saying is I start seeing results in an hour, or it's like that's the result in an hour?
No, you'll start to see results in an hour, and it wears off within 28 days.
Can we get a little nerdy for a second?
Heck yeah.
How does it work so much faster?
Yeah. So it's a different serotype. So Botox is type A.
Okay.
This is a type E serotype. So
And what's a serotype?
a serotype is how think of it like how your nerve junction, or what binds to your nerve junction.
Okay.
If a majority of your nerve junction is taken over by a specific neuromodulator, if it's working on that junction, it's going to wear off faster because your body is going to see it as foreign, so it's going to start replacing the acetylcholine.
Okay.
Right? With Botox, it has a shorter chain, so it takes up less surface area of that nerve chain, if we want to kind of simply explain it. So because of that, the body doesn't see it as foreign, so it takes longer for it to rebuild the acetylcholine chain.
Got it. Do you feel like, where is this already being used?
So we're pending FDA approval, hopefully any day.
But it's in review now?
Yes.
Literally any day?
Yes, any day.
Okay.
We just need that FDA to speed up a little bit.
Come on, FDA.
I know.
If you're watching this, FDA, we need you to speed it up.
Yes, please.
So when that is done, you're bringing it into the practice. Yeah. Who's selling this?
This will be Allergan. Same
okay,
makers
Allergan
of Botox
selling
Cosmetic.
It. Okay.
Yeah.
So they sell Botox. And you're going to bring it in?
Yeah.
Are you going to be one of the first that brings it in, or are they just going to be like, everybody can get it now?
So I should be one of the first to get it. You know, as trainers, they usually like us to play with the products a little bit.
Yeah.
First, I think, you might be a good first guinea pig. I'm totally kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And I actually might do it.
Right. But it's exciting because it really will tailor to patients who are afraid of looking unnatural, or they've waited too long and they need their treatment to kick in really fast.
Yeah.
Right. Or they want to try a new area.
So you literally could be like, oh, I have a photo shoot now that I have to go do in 2 days. I mean, they probably can't get to you that fast. Maybe, but so that's crazy. And then it's done in a month.
Yeah, it's
not
done
even
in
a month.
Yeah.
Wow. So why are people afraid of getting Botox or getting filler or an injectable? Like, what are they telling you? Why are they afraid?
Well, I think a lot of that stems from, unfortunately, what we see around town. We see a lot of people still hear the word Botox and associate that with duck lips and Hollywood Hill cheeks and very unnatural outcomes. And that
how does that happen though? Just really quick sidebar. How are those duck lips and huge cheeks happening? Is that plastic surgery? Is that overfilling?
It could be either, but a lot of times it's the wrong product and the wrong area, right? Looking for the wrong outcome and not understanding the true anatomy of the face. So they're trying to create a look versus staying true to the patient's natural fat pads and looking at where they've naturally deflated and only replacing volume in those areas.
Yeah.
Also, it's the injectors not saying no. I say no as much as I say yes. And it's not to be mean. I mean, some could argue I'm a bad business person for that.
Do people get mad when you say no?
Sometimes, but that's okay. They can go anywhere they want right down the road to go get, extra product that's going to make them look augmented. Yeah. I want to offer my patients a natural alternative.
So is it because they're not injecting in the right place, they're doing too much? Those are generally the reasons why they look fake.
And the wrong product.
And the wrong product can do it too.
Yeah.
But how many syringes of filler would you even need to put in someone's mouth to make them have duck lips? Like 10?
Half a syringe of the wrong product can do a lot more damage than 1 to 2 syringes of the right product.
Really?
So it's our jobs to really understand product rheology, which is understanding study of flow or how these gels are put together, the anatomy of the face, and then the aging process at every layer. When you pair those 3 together, we can give our patients very natural outcomes.
Wow. Is your pulse still at 700?
It's dropped a little bit.
Like 680?
It's like, 676.
Wow, that's not bad.
Not bad.
That's pretty good. This is fascinating to me. So, Bonti, are there other products that are coming out that you're excited about this year, next year, that you can talk about?
So there are a lot of products coming out in the next few years, let's just say, that are really wrapped around regenerative medicine. That is the future of our industry.
And let's talk about, define regenerative medicine for me.
Yeah, so regenerative medicine is, think of a product like Sculptra or Radiesse. Those products work with your body to create their own volume.
Okay.
So when I use Sculptra, I feel more like a scientist than I do an artist. My job is to just put that product in the right layer that has the right cell type to respond, and then let your body do the work. So it's a very natural alternative for people who are afraid of using dermal filler.
Yeah.
there will always be a place for filler.
Yeah.
But if we can use something that's literally allowing your body to produce its own volume, it looks a lot, it looks very natural. It's not site specific, where filler is, site specific.
Yeah.
Which is wanted in certain areas and not in others. And when people create their own volume, they get to keep it a lot longer.
Yeah. So that's the next few years. There's more products coming out.
Yes.
These aren't going to replace filler.
No.
You can't. Unless you have a different type of filler, because it's just different molecules, different products and stuff.
Yeah, but for the most part, filler it's just hyaluronic acid, sodium chloride, and lidocaine.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very natural product.
Yeah.
It just has a bad reputation because of the duck lips and Hollywood Hill cheeks that are going around.
I think we just found the cover image for the reel that I'm going to use.
Forgot that was on film. Great. Yeah.
Perfect. That was really good. Okay. So regenerative medicine.
Yeah.
Is that like all injected? Is it topical also?
I think the U.S. right now, they're toying with it topically, but the magic is going to be when we can inject it.
Okay.
Right? So if I were to dream up a list of products that could be injected, let's say.
Dream.
Right? So there are specific growth factors that may have amazing regenerative properties. There is salmon sperm. Yes, that is a real thing that I'm very excited.
Yeah.
To finally have here in the U.S. once we can inject it, not just apply it topically.
Would you spend money to apply it topically right now?
No.
Because does it do anything?
It, not necessarily. And from what I understand about it, it really needs to be put in the right layer, right? So it needs to be kind of injected to have its full regenerative
What
benefits.
does salmon sperm do if injected into the right layer?
It regenerates whatever tissue you're trying to mimic. So a great example are the under eyes, right? So the under eyes are an area that filler, when done very tastefully, can look wonderful. But if we had a product that could literally just thicken the skin for us a little bit there and isn't a hyaluronic acid gel, patients might have a better experience with that overall, and it may look a little bit more natural. They've been using it in Korea for years and years. The other exciting regenerative product, again, that I would dream up, be exosomes. Being able to inject those would be injector's dream come true.
Why does it take so long for the FDA to approve stuff?
I would love to know. I think about this daily. I think about writing them personal letters, sending them wine, chocolate, but I think that's bribing. I think that's illegal.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed to do that.
Letters would be okay.
Maybe. Right? Yeah, maybe.
So we don't know.
No.
Is it expensive? Is it because you have to pay a ton in order to push it through? Yeah,
and there are just some restrictions within the FDA when you're getting something not sourced from your own body. We have different standards, or the FDA does, so it's been harder. And there have been, some providers that have gone on and they've been utilizing some of these products and injecting it and posting it online, which, are kind of in the industry. We're like, okay, if you're doing it, maybe just don't.
The PDGFs?
That's one example.
Okay.
Right. So
I've been seeing some of that. There's a lot of uproar in the aesthetics world about this right now.
Uproar is a great word for it, but unfortunately what that does for the industry is it slows it down in clinical trials. And that's a whole topic I could go on for like an hour, so that I won't bore you with too much there. But if injectors are doing that, it is something they probably shouldn't be posting online if we ever want to get things through the FDA.
I agree.
Right? And it's beautiful when something does get an FDA approval, because then we know that it's safe.
Yeah.
Right? That is the great thing about it. So as much as they annoy me, I'm also very grateful for them.
So the FDA has approved neurotoxins in this area, and this area. 64 units. And here.
Good job. 64 units.
Right?
I'm impressed. Yeah. And neck bands, platysma bands.
So why are there classes that you can take about all the other places where you can inject neurotoxins?
Because technically those medications, they have FDA. So Botox is the only neuromodulator that has all those indications that you just spoke about.
Oh, none of the others do.
Most of the others only have the glabella, complex the 11s on label, and then they allow us to just play with it elsewhere. It's considered off-label use, right? Most of what we do.
Any other area other than the glabella?
Yes.
Wow.
Unless it's Botox cosmetic. But that's something our industry does all the time. Most filler comes out for correction of smile lines. I haven't filled a smile line in over 5 years, right? Because we now treat the cause of a smile line.
You do Sculptra instead?
So Sculptra is an option instead, or you take, instead of filling a fold that, if you think of it, even a baby has a little bit of a tear trough, a little bit of a smile line. If you eradicate that, patients don't look natural. Yeah. So we treat the cause now. So we add a little bit of dermal filler to the corners of the nose here, piriform.
And that pushes it out and gets rid of the depth of the line, right?
You got it. Yeah, so we've just gotten
I feel
smarter.
like I'm becoming an injector.
I know. Do you want to work? I have an opening before September.
Did we fill the spot already?
Maybe.
Sorry, everybody. That would actually be really fun. Molly's over there just shrinking in her chair like, no, please don't ever let this person come closer to me.
No, but it's a good concept.
So what's interesting to me is that the regenerative medicine is coming on really strong now. I kind of feel like it's in good timing because of all of the TikToks and the reels that have come out of just fear-mongering people. My filler migrated. This is crazy. Look at this. Like, I feel like it's hard to dispel the fear when people see that, because a lot of people want to believe that it's bad.
It's true.
Or that it's going to hurt them, or that it's going to make them look crazy. But regenerative medicine feels like a great solution because it's totally different, and it's healing and regenerating the tissue that was damaged. So that actually feels like and this isn't like peptides.
Mm-mm.
Peptides are different.
Correct.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the fear mongering, that's at an all-time high right now. A big one right now is surgery and injectables. Patients are afraid that if they are doing injectable treatments that they won't be able to get a facelift down the road, right? Where we finally have surgeons that are coming out on Instagram and saying, no, it's actually great to help preserve the tissue layers prior to getting a facelift.
So it's better then.
Yes. So in theory, if you think about it, take a scalpel to a raisin. It's really hard to kind of separate those layers. But if you've kept those layers healthy, right, it's going to be easier for them to perform surgery. Yeah,
because there's more like density to it. There's more like structure, right?
Yeah, it just has to be done appropriately. Right product, right layer for the right outcome.
Yeah.
They have their specific planes. We have our specific planes.
Can you tell me why there's not like an all-encompassing nationwide bare minimum? This is the education that you have to have, where in Florida you have to be an NP to inject or have someone, a physician on site, right? We've talked about Texas is kind of thinking about doing this. New Mexico just came out with a bunch of rules too. Like, why is it so different? And will there ever be like an advisory board or a board of some kind that's going to help create rules about education, things that you can and can't do in medical aesthetics?
So this is something that our entire industry is working so hard to figure out. There needs to be a standard, because the truth is somebody can graduate nursing school, they can take a one-day course, right, or sit through a one-day dinner and create a huge social media following.
And in Arizona, you don't even have to take a course, right?
No.
You just have to be an RN.
Correct. Yep. So literally they can just open a practice the next day, as long as they have a medical director to order that product through them and start injecting. There is no standard. And that's very scary. So it's one of the main focuses for our industry right now.
As it should be. So who's going to be on this board? If you had to hand pick, do you want to say names?
I'll say names.
Who's going to be handpicked? And also, what RNs? Because RNs should be on there. RN, NP. Let's say RNs and NPs are one. Let's just say that. Yeah. Who's on the board? Who's on your fantasy team?
My fantasy team. Okay, well, let's start with the surgeons that are really kind of moving the needle in this department. And I think that would be Dr. Chris Surik in Kansas City, Dr. David Sadat, and Dr. Kian Karimi is really moving the needle right now in terms of creating standards. So those would be kind of my top three fantasy lift. Alexander Rifkin. He's a surgeon who set down the scalpel to perform non-surgical
Yep.
treatments. He's also very involved in this process.
Are the four of them and others working together right now talking about this?
I sure hope so. I'm trying to connect the dots where I can and just stay aligned with, the people that really are making a difference here in the industry. And, the names I just told you, they're pioneers in this industry, and they truly care about this industry, and they see the importance for injectors to have a certain baseline level of knowledge before being able to perform these treatments.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who have created the courses that allow us to get that education.
And then what about RNNPs? Who's on your fantasy team for that list?
So RNNPs, fantasy lifting.
You're obviously the captain.
Well,
you are.
I don't know about that.
You are the captain.
I don't know about that. But Julie Bass Kaplan, oh my gosh, she's absolutely incredible.
Yep.
Are you familiar with her?
Jubilant Julie?
Yes.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah. So she's incredible. She's the captain, let's just say, for sure.
She's co-captain.
She's co-captain.
Yep.
Dr. George Baxter he's a doctor of nurse practitioner. He's up there as well. Let's see. And
I'm putting you on the spot, so if she doesn't say your name, don't feel bad. I literally didn't tell her I was going to do this about RNs, but anyone else that you can think of who you would want to be on this with you? Because you're going to be on it.
Yes, but my heart rate is
it's shot back up to the 800s.
I'm like, so.
Moving on to the next question. So we know that we need to have standardization.
Yes.
So is this how it happens? Like people just say, hey, let's do this. Let's volunteer our time and make sure that this happens. Is that like the way that it goes?
I wish if it were that simple, I feel like it would already be accomplished. I think they're going to have to figure out, okay, is this another section of school? Like RNs, do they need to go to 2 more years? Like, do they need to take a course similar to becoming a nurse practitioner, but for aesthetics specifically?
Do they do that for other fields of nursing?
Yes. I believe aesthetics is the only one that doesn't.
That's
right?
weird to me.
It is.
Is it because it's new?
It's not because it's new. I just don't know.
It's not even new, really, right? But
right. It's been around for a really long time. It just wasn't really seen as medicine. And now that we're understanding it so much more and we're understanding the risks that come with it and the depth of knowledge needed for it, it's finally getting the appreciation and the recognition from the medical community.
Okay. So hopefully that happens soon.
Yes, hopefully.
Are there any products that you can't live? You sell skincare at Anatomy of Aesthetics?
Yes.
Yes.
I like to inject things more than I like to play with the top layer, but yes.
Okay. I've heard some people say, I won't inject your face until you have a skincare regimen, though. How important is that to have an active skincare regimen before being injected?
I mean, if we can inject the skincare, I don't really feel like it needs to be, it's not a deal breaker, in my opinion. Yeah. Right? At my practice, you'll never hear me trying to push skincare products. It's another thing I get a lot of heat from because it's a great business revenue stream.
It is.
And it is important. You want your skin to look healthy and you want that to, you want that tissue to behave properly. And yes, when somebody has healthier tissue, it's easier to inject, right? The needle glides in a little bit easier. That's nice. Yeah. But it's not a deal breaker in terms of their actual injectable results. Oh. There are products like Plated, which is an exosome company that's backed by Mayo that is very exciting. And that's a product that in my hands, I don't see it as a skincare product. It's an actual treatment. Yeah. Because they're getting results that are very similar to results they would get from laser or from microneedling from a topical product.
So you sell Plated at your practice?
Yes. Do
you sell other lines?
Yeah, I do. I sell 4 or 5 different lines of products that just, I like the basics for patients. They need, skincare
SPF,
cleanser, SPF, retinol. Plated can pretty much do the rest of it for them.
Okay, cool. Do you get aesthetic treatments other than injectables? I'm assuming you get injectables too.
I'd have no time. I would love to.
So
but
not even no facials.
I really should. Yes, I know. I know I'm the worst.
Oh man,
I know.
I've probably gotten more facials than you in the past year. I would guess.
And I'm sure that top layer of yours looks a lot better
My
than
top
mine
layer
does.
has never been healthier.
See, that's
it's
great.
never been healthier
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Underneath the top layer is definitely not as healthy. So if there, I like to ask if there were one treatment that you can get and only one today, what are you doing?
Sculptra.
Sculptra.
Yeah. But at the same time, we have to have Botox. They work on different layers.
Sorry, Morgan, you're only allowed to pick one. What's more important? The underneath layers?
Well, they both treat the underneath layers.
The biostimulation?
Okay, so the question here is, do I want my face to fall but not have lines in my forehead? Or do I want to allow lines in my forehead, or to have a very smooth forehead but let my face fall? I think I'm not going to let my face fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is Botox better than Dysport? Don't answer that.
I'm not answering
I'm just
that.
kidding. I'm just joking.
I will be getting a call from the marketing directors.
That would get you in trouble. I think that what you're doing and your passion for education and how much you care about it is inspiring to me as a business owner who works with med spas, but isn't an injector. I don't have a med spa. It's inspiring to me because of your passion for it and how much you actually do care. I, for a long time, had no idea what I wanted to do. The degree that I got from ASU was business management, which basically just means you don't know what you want to do. And you have to figure it out after. But you, from the early days of when you threatened to kill your ER patients to starting to inject and everything, you knew that you loved it and you just really got into it and you focused solely on this. And that is inspiring to me because I think that that's where a lot of good will really happen. Like, you're going to continue to go down this path as a leader and as a trainer, and you're going to lift the entire industry because that's what people do who know as much as you do. And it's because you've gotten so focused on your message and what you're doing and your trade, your craft, right? And I think that more people should do that. I think estheticians kind of do in their own right. There's not a lot of estheticians that also inject, right? But what I'm saying is I think it's very admirable that you have focused so much and learned so much. Do you think that you'll stay an RN in this world forever? Like, will you always be an aesthetic injector?
I'm not going anywhere when it comes to my core passion, which is injecting and training.
Yeah.
Might I have to go to NP school if the standard changes in order to continue that and to make sure that the whole industry is elevated together? Again, I don't want to go back to school, but I will for the good of the industry.
Yeah.
Right. But I truly find my passion is injecting. This industry is ever evolving, and I, as a trainer, have the ability in 4 hours to teach people what it took our industry 10 years to learn in a matter of 4 hours. So that's like a different type of dopamine boost I get in that sense. So
what would you tell someone, an RN, who's considering doing aesthetic medicine? This could be what they need to look out for, what they should consider before getting into the space. What would you tell them?
Don't dip your toe into it. If you're going to go for it, do it full time. Don't have half of your time in the hospital and half in the aesthetic field, just because it's really about quantity. It's how many treatments you're seeing, how many times you're getting your hands on patients. Yeah. Find a mentor that's willing to work with you, grow with them, learn as much about anatomy as you can. Yeah. Complication management. You shouldn't be putting that needle in somebody's face unless you know how to treat the complication you could create. Yeah. Right. But yeah, really finding a mentor and focusing on your continued education.
Amazing. You know what I just realized? We didn't bring in, and I don't remember his name, the skull.
Tiny Tom? My anatomical head?
I totally forgot.
I'm sorry.
I think I mentioned it when we first started talking. I'm so sad.
Me too. He should have been sitting right here.
Oh my gosh. What a missed opportunity.
And Tiny Tom, you know, his tooth is gold.
I am sure that it is. Yeah, I'm sure it's gold. Oh. Well, we'll have to have you back someday for another episode, and he better come.
He'll be here. He'll be here for sure.
I'm really super grateful for you being here. How do people train with you? Is the best thing to do go on the website and book that? Yeah. Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram works. Our website works. Or, I mean, Molly is the brains of the operation. You know, yep. I'm there poking all day, every day. Yep. So emailing Molly at Anatomy of Aesthetics or training at Anatomy of Aesthetics, Morgan at Anatomy of Aesthetics. I'm so sorry it's such a long name, but it's true to who I am. So yeah, that's the easiest way.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, everybody.